Good afternoon and welcome, all you Dragon Ball Randomizer fans here. We are back again here. Happy weekend, happy Saturday for a few more Week 2 races. We've got OOG37, Big Slamu, and Sandcraft. I can talk today. I'm Night2. With me together is RG365. How you doing?
Doing great. Looking forward to what should be a terrific race, I think, here. We've got an interesting set of flags, I think, as well. We're near the end of week 2, so if you've been paying attention all week, you've seen them. But low gold chests, I think, is the big one. No gold grinds, probably, unless you really want to sit there for a while.
I mean, I've seen a seed or two where you find a gold man, because we do have normalized XP on. You find a gold man that gives 40 XP along with that 650, and yeah, I mean, you're still probably not getting a silver shield territory, but you're probably not going to see any kind of flame swords or anything like that either, most likely at least.
Yeah, maybe a magic armor in case Erdrix is in Charlock, right?
Yep, that's absolutely correct. We do know that sword and armor can both be in Charlock. We do have the randomized chests, so all your chests are not in the positions that they normally are. Well, some of them are, but some of them in towns, most likely. We get one key, except for the throne room key, so we find our second key. That key is now unbreakable. If we don't find those keys, Hurtmore will also do the job this week.
And you don't lose your gold when you die, so you get to keep that. So if you're close to that hand axe money, no worries if you get stopped by a demon knight on the way to town.
Speaking of towns, though, they do have randomized inn prices as well, so that Kingdom 6 could very well be the Kingdom 206.
Just about ready to start. Here we go.
Starting hurt and heal more in that spell list, which is good because I saw a whole 6 strength and a small amount of hit points there, but here we are, we're in the throne room and we are off to the races.
Oh, Oog has the Mega Man spray. Okay, this tracks.
Yep, torch, key, and a question, Ziggy. We do know it'll happen sometime tomorrow. What time tomorrow? I have no idea. Early Draki's worth 3. That's going to be level 2 very quickly here for Sandcraft. Magic Draki actually going down. That's going to be level 2 there for Slamu. 1, 2, 6, nothing for level 2. And it's that Slamu 6130 Hurtmore. Okay, well, about those keys, we can now just break into the Tantagel doorway here, just easy as you can.
And the slime has a weak breath, so Oog takes an early death.
That's Harp inside the treasury, a small amount of gold, a cursed belt, and a torch. So 1 piece of homework and one of our 3 search spots already going live. But early Hurtmore, we've been seeing it a whole lot these week 2 seeds here.
We do see on Slamu's side there's a chest in the back, so it looks like he's gonna take that refill on the magic, well, probably doesn't have enough gold to buy a key yet, but we'll check out what this chest is and hopefully the basement as well.
Got enough for 1 heal across the barrier tiles, so can get, maybe not get back. There's stones already. Good lord, this Tantagel is loaded. And the key shop for a paltry 35. So Slamu's also going to pocket that key there. He's good for keys for the rest of the seed. Just saw level 5 come down for Sandcraft. It wasn't all that great that I saw there. So we've got a lot of stuff, but not a lot of stats going on here early. Level 4, 2130. Have we got like any MP in these early levels?
No, I don't think so. Because the minimum start would be 8, and that's what they're still on. Well, I guess Sandcraft got a couple on level 5. I don't think that counts.
Well, I mean, it kind of counts. Maybe you have 2 Hurtmores now instead of just 1. Speaking of, yeah, I guess actually after getting a Hurtmore, we've got Staff Cave right across here. I mean, we're a token away from having go mode as opposed to just finding the jerk here in what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, not even. Oog's to level 2 now. Still needs 1 more to get those spells that are going to be really helpful to him. And Slamu's going to check out the swamp to the west.
That's kind of interesting, given here that again, we barely got any MP. We do have enough for that big C on the other end of that swamp. Sure, why not? And a first town, and it's the shopping mall. Which, unfortunately, we don't have a ton of gold here yet to spend, but 239, that's a copper sword or something like that.
Not even enough magic points to get across the barrier either. Sandcraft's gonna give it a try. Nope, faked us out.
Walking around another shop there. I think it was checking the chest back in the bottom left corner there. Does pick up a copper sword. All he's really got money for at this point, but given our starting strength gains, I mean, yeah, we're gonna have hurt more. But oh look, another cave.
Slamu takes out the gold man with Hurtmore. That'll be enough to do some shopping.
Oh yeah, that's really nice information there. Goldman outside of Cantlin here. I think I saw a reasonable amount of XP there. You know, that's hand axe money. That's something I kind of actually like sitting around for. I did not check the amount of money on that in-stay, however.
220, twice as much and more. Slamu getting the herbs and the radishes, doing all his vegetable shopping. And maybe we'll check coordinates. Let's see.
Possibly. We do have Wraith Knights with man, that's gonna be an interesting. Oh, got plenty of herbs. Okay, herbs will get us potential coordinates here. Wraith Knights, however, do have DL2 breaths, so that's a little bit of a problem.
66 south and 5 to the east. Should be countable for some of our more experienced runners, I think.
Yeah, absolutely could be. It kind of depends on just how windy it gets to be south of Tantagel there. We do know you're going a little bit west already just to get through that swamp. But, oh, Sandcraft sees the gold man. I did not see a Hurtmore come out, did not have that available. Does not have enough money for the inn, oh no, and gets sent home by a gold man. I missed a chunk of level 6, but I turned back around to see the 11 MP, which more than doubles our total. Oh, that's right. We totally forgot about one of the biggest things on this flag set for week 2, that you do get full HP and MP upon leveling up here. Meanwhile, Slamu has found coal, and in just a moment, we are going to see armor. Okay, well, those swamps aren't a problem anymore.
Oo's gotten out of level 2 jail, and maybe so it's going to do a magic refill. We'll see if he remembers to hurt more of the doors. Looks like Sandcraft hasn't done that yet.
No, might very soon here, as has ran into the local police here. Slamu also running into Red Dragon territory there. Both get sent home in short order, and yep, there's a hurt more of the door here for Oog.
So Oog will pick up his harp and his stones. Not too far back, even though he had the slow start.
Yeah, both of them do have the cash also to afford their key on the back end here. Oog will have to run back here because still on 8 MP. And I did notice Slamu has found... yep, that's the grave there. So is checking those chests there. Gets back attacked by a werewolf. We're still on kind of low resources here, though. And werewolf takes the 63-point hurt more and says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed that Oog had gone back to below Tantagel. I had forgotten exactly what that was. That's Jerk Cave. So we are a token away from just being able to walk into Sharlock's front door already.
Yeah, aside from the sword and the token, everything's really close to home.
I mean, for all we know, that those coordinates are red herring. We've got a flute or a death necklace sitting on those, but that's kind of a later runner problem here.
Once both of these players find coal west of Sharlock there, then they'll all be even on items.
Yeah, especially with armor sitting in coal there, it's just kind of a little bit of a lead extender for Slamu, who does not have to expend resources now to get through that early swamp, just getting to the rest of the map, which is great here because these Stonemen and Red Dragons have a bone to pick with our runners. That Stoneman will send Slamu back to Tantagel in short order.
Yeah, for having a nice spellbook here, sleep would be the one that they're looking for these Stonemen, and we haven't seen it yet.
Skeletons, not to be outdone, also packing heal more, so just packing those hurts generally bad, not enough. Oog running into wizards with hurt, that's not bad. That might give you a chance to get away. Maybe one more try.
Just barely.
Oh no.
That was run 3, I bet, and he needed one more turn. So just short of seeing coal.
Slamu back into grave here, sees the same wizard, but is able to get away here. Gonna head up to the pack of 3 here. 2 of those still exist, at least.
Oh, Slamu went hurt more attack. He should have done the hurt more hurt.
Yeah, especially I missed the 2 next level there, but given we're at level 7, okay, would not have leveled him, but given how early it is, those refills are really nice. Oog has found his way to level 5 here, is going to get the first bit of magic plus here. does have Hurt More. We got Metal Scorpions. It should be catching up here in fairly short order.
Yeah, it looks like level 7 came with about 13 strength and not much else. So aside from the spells, not too much to speak of on stats for these level ups.
40 hit points just kind of feels bad right now at level 7, even with armor. But we did get back to that bank of 2 chests. Found herb, found token. Well, welcome to Charlock.
Only 23 magic points at level 7, so you can either cast Hurt More 4 times or Heal More twice. They're going to need a lot more in that stat.
Yeah, true, but I mean, there's a universe where I might peek my head in and see if I can find some green dragons or Axe Knights maybe to jumpstart our leveling a little bit.
And 8 has the agility stat, but still not the one we're looking for.
Red Dragon's also a thing we're not looking for, as Slamu is headed back home here. I mean, given everything here, our runners are facing down a fairly mean gauntlet here of early enemies that just don't want to play nice. However, Slamu is going to head over to Jerk Cave. 15-minute drop, anybody?
Yeah, Beta, we have not seen a spike. We haven't even seen a place where a spike would be yet. So yeah, we haven't identified a good grind yet. And the Stonemen and the Red Dragons have been the story of not getting too much further past Charlock.
OOG playing a little bit with that ghost there. I believe took a Hurt More. And then it got it is dodging. Yeah, that's
definitely took his frustrations out by casting Hurt More on a ghost, but you do what you have to.
That ghost knows what it did. Meanwhile, we have a very brave Metal Slime sitting over there for Slamu. Taunts more than a few times, but does get away before taking that 3rd hit there.
And we can see on OOG's screen, this is just to the north of Tantasia, where there's a town across the water, but nobody has made it over there quite yet.
Yeah, true. We don't know if that's a secondary continent even yet with the water block here. Yeah, kind of forgot to mention that actually, but yeah, that is interesting. We don't know if I mean, every town is actually live given the extra chests that are sitting around in the game here.
Yeah, Puppy Man OOG has not seen either Cole or Cantlin, so he's missing all the towns so far. They're just a little bit outside of his visibility when he's getting past the swamp there.
Meanwhile, Sandcraft goes and buys a small shield, then goes to a different shopkeeper, finds a slightly bigger shield, says, I don't want to play with you anymore, to the large shield, and drops it on the floor as he picks up a large shield.
Slamu found an Axe Knight. That's a good enemy to find. The Blue Dragon, not so much. Especially when they have sleep. And Hurt More.
What have you missed, Joof? You've missed everything, apparently. So level 3 Hurt More got us into the treasury, where we found Silver Harp. Staff Cave was just a little bit away. As soon as we Hurt More the door and got in, now the token... Oh crap, I'm conflating things here. We found Grave, that's where the token was. Now I can't even remember where the stones were. Either way, they were all really close, not to mention the fact that Jerk Cave was under Tantagel, and Big C is right there. For all intents and purposes, Slamu's in go mode.
Yeah, the stones were on the left side of Tantagel, not on the barrier, but over in that direction.
Oh yes, that's right. The randomized area over there. Yes, that is definitely where they were. So yeah, all the homework and trading caves already found. Top of grave, as we see Sandcraft going in here. Sandcraft will pick up that token here if is able to get over to the bank of 3 vanilla chests, as it is over there. We do not know if there's anything deeper in grave. Armor was in coal on the search spot. That said, the stone men are out, the police are out. Something about speeding. Apparently our runners are going too fast, and there are quite a bit of enemies out there to at least stop our runners from going way too fast here. Slamu does seem to be counting here.
OOG has picked up a little bit of gear and has seen the where the grave is. Just has to make it over there. A little short on magic, though.
Now, the one thing I'm seeing as I'm watching okay, nope, there's the way over. Okay. Oh. Can we get back east? The red dragon says, no, this is a toll road and you can't pay it.
OOG and Sandcraft died of Star Wyverns just a few seconds apart from each other. Everything is saying stay home, including the items and the enemies.
Yeah, OOG hasn't ventured too far. Trying to pick up metal scorpions here, it looks like, for level 7 before heading out, potentially. Yeah, I am definitely still wondering, as OOG does pick up that level 7 here, I'm definitely still wondering if I just kind of poke my head into Big C if I'm Slamu here and see if I can find some of those hurt moreable early enemies here instead of just getting the police special here, as another red dragon sends him right back to start.
Yeah, an Axe Knight or a Green Dragon on the first floor would be a lot better than what they're running into, that's for sure. OOG happy enough to be killing wyverns and metal scorpions when they can find them. But yeah, with very little magic and not enough gold, they're an expensive inn. There's really not any good options.
Yeah, I didn't know if we saw the coal in as well, as we know that's just a little bit to the west here. Unfortunately, who gets the hurt more special as well. Yeah, enemy just rude this seed. Oh, that's a medal down, level 10, 8024 outside. A little bit of strength, but still not exactly what we're looking for. OOG does make it to Cantlin after running from a stone man, so is at least going to get to peak the shopping mall, is going to get the very bad news that he can afford it, but this thing is expensive and puts down to 220 gold. Sandcraft, meanwhile, has picked up that drop and is walking into Charlock.
Yeah, you can buy 9 herbs for the price of the inn. It's a little bit slower, but save some money.
But he's got armor, he's got an axe, but he's kind of scary. The AK-47 goes down 204 points. It rolled up at least.
It looks like Slamu is back on the count. Takes out a gold man. Let's see, he continues heading east and searches not quite the right spot, and not again. thinks he's got the right east-west coordinates, just has to keep moving south, maybe?
Thinks he's in the right area there. Oh, he found it, and it's the sword!
Yeah, well done. Single coordinate count paid off. So now he's just got to get the experience.
Sandcraft found, I believe, a couple chest locations in Charlock, picked up level 10, and got out. I mean, at this point, Slamu just really just needs to pick up a probably large shield and hopefully find a grind spot. And we've got a pair of caves just sitting right next to each other on the screen there. I would laugh very hard if we are if that's swapped north and south right there.
Ziggy reading my mind by calling them east and west. We got Mountain Cave though, and there's Swamp South. Oog is back in the grave, still looking for coal though.
I mean, we'll still pick up his token at least here if he can survive enough to get it here. Oh, that's oh. I was about to say, oh, look, a green dragon. That's a great thing to find, and it would be, except for the fact that it dodged the first hurt more and then said, no, I've got sleep. Slamu pops out of the other side of Swamp, and my real big question here is, what is he looking for? Or is he still looking for Hawks to see if he's got a second opinion here? Should pick up level 11 fairly soon if he can survive that long. Heal walking gonna help with that though. Sandcraft has run into Garenham though.
Star Wyvern takes out Slamu before he has a chance to get to level 11.
The back of Garenham is freebie and a loose key. Don't need that anymore. We know where Mountain is. There, about the only other thing it could have been was Tablet Cave, I believe. But I know we know all those are just really mostly dead. Has found a town here. I mean, I guess a fighter's ring would be nice. We're not really looking at hit points for any kind of death necklace though.
Oog runs into a Magi Wyvern in the grave. Would be a nice find, except it did a back attack DL2 rat. Slamu gonna make the same shield purchases, probably buying the small first and then the large.
$5,200 gold at level 10. Yeah, I'm still not hunting gold men, but I guess.
Oog sees coal finally just off screen there. It has to get away from the Stoneman and doesn't. But hopefully now that he's seen a town there, he's going to focus on that instead of keep going back into the grave. We'll have to see what his next decision point is here. But he needs to find something fast to catch up.
I mean, given how close everything is, and the fact that none of them have found a dedicated grind yet, it's not outside the realm that Oog can still catch up here. Just needs to find the correct grind.
Does get level 9. That refill will be nice. Comes with stop spell that helps against some of the dragons.
Hey, he made Cole. He will find his armor, and Oog is now in Charlock. Question is he just gonna do a real big dive and grind?
Level 11 came with some hit points, but again, each level seems to maybe be giving us one stat only as the primary driver, and magic still's not it.
No, not at all. Sandcraft has found Rumildar, another loose key in the city of keys here. Nothing inside the tavern, so Rumildar is unfortunately another big blank. Again, really, I guess we're just really looking for a DN or a fighter's ring at this point. Well, I mean, we know that Coordinates has exactly what is needed here. I wonder with those coordinates if our other runners are possibly looking for a princess at this point.
Yeah, Swamp Cave wasn't too far away, even though it was a little hidden, I think, but we'll see if either one of Sandcraft or Oog do the princess rescue. Oog working on a metal slime here. Needs one more damage, I think.
Yep, that'll do it. Real good pickup there on that metal. I mean, we do have a 1 in 16 instead of a 1 in 32 crit rate as well. So, I mean, it's nice just to take a swing at a metal anyway. But, yeah, why not?
Armored Knights have hurt more. Not the worst thing with Erdrick's armor, but enough to take out Sandcraft nonetheless. There's the stats on a wizard. The heal more is annoying for sure, but if you can get that stop spell, it's not bad.
Those hurts are really nice, though. I haven't seen heal more come out, but I wonder if that's just having or just rolling damage to the point where it doesn't see it, or was it 25%?
Yeah, I want to say it was 25% heal more, 75% hurt. But I might be getting those backwards.
Yeah, a little low on the XP count at 99, but cannot argue. Oh no, that's 75% heal more up, and Slamu gets the news here. Still though, with hurt, I mean,
Oog about to get the token.
looks to be turning back around, is not potentially diving deep grave just yet here. That should be level 10 for Oog though.
I think 10 came with outside, and he took it. Which is the right play, but of course he doesn't know that.
Meanwhile, things really fast. We know he's not T already, but it's 32 minutes in. Welcome to the bottom floor, Charlock.
Golem has stop spell. That's nice to see.
I think a good point was made in chat here. I think I'd take just a few swings at these golems just to see how often they are throwing that stop spell around. Oh, but that's CL2 breath. Never mind, my curiosity is sated now.
"32.5 minutes, and all the runners now have the drop." Can we get links out to all these runners? Let's give them a follow. Show our appreciation to them playing for us this afternoon, giving us some entertainment.
Slamu getting trolled by that AK-47. They trade Hurtmores, sends another one, gets completely resisted. Then as Salt in the Wound, the AK-47 drops a heal more, and, well, unfortunate.
It looks like Sandcraft is going to dive the grave here. Star Wyvern gave over 100 experience, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think what was said to me earlier this week is that Star Wyverns are one of those mobs that that have a very weird curve there. I believe they're vanilla 105, and most of their variants tends to go up, so a Star Wyvern generally will roll up and is usually a good target. Yes, Chadbert, when the golems aren't tossing about stop spells, they seem to want to opt for DL2 breath as well, yes.
Looks like Slamu is going to stick with the Star Wyverns and Metal Slimes here, just to the south of Cole. Not the worst idea, considering all the other things that we've seen so far.
I mean, the sword is the big thing here for Slamu. Again, it's just kind of noted how much we have not found that grind here, is that Slamu and OOG, where OOG has had a lot of problems starting out, are only really 1,000 points apart here.
Well, there's all the stats on level 12. 12 strength, 5 agility, 25 hit points and 36 magic points. And Sandcraft is suddenly like halfway to go.
Yeah, Sandcraft just still needing to pick up that still really needing to pick up that sword. Same with OOG here. But again, the experience is not out of hand for anybody just yet. Meanwhile, OOG says, these stonemen are doing nothing but casting Hurtmore. Let's drop a stop spell at it and see if we can bring it down here.
There's 12 for Slamu. He'll get the good news.
Yeah, 12, 5, 22, 36. Yeah, big. Ooh, only $1.22 for that stone man. I mean, it's pretty free because it was doing nothing but trying to both more that entire time with the stop spells, but just need to be able to bring it down a little bit fast. But then again, Ook does have a little bit of money here, 2,500. That's probably going shopping for a broadsword here if I had to guess.
Yeah, copper sword just isn't going to cut it against the stone man. But yeah, hopefully a little upgrade here at least. Yeah, gets a broadsword actually, and should pick up a large shield too.
I think Ook already has the large shield, if I recall, but it's been a moment here. Nope, just small shield, okay. I mean, that's stone men with both more. I think that's AK-47s with both more. That's a lot of spellcasting enemies we'd rather not see in this seed here. The question is, are we going to get another one of those big levels, or are we going to have like a bunch of those dinky levels on our way to like 18 or something now? Yeah, Slamu has seen all 3 Charlock zones. We did not make it to the spike, however, so we do not know what is there.
Sandcraft is back into Hawksness. The chest is the death necklace. That is an interesting find that Slamu does not have.
Well, with that last level, it's approaching more viability here. Still way not enough hit points to do that here, but more important here, that is another Green Dragon spike here. I mean, so long as that opening hurt more lands and or you don't see sleep here, the green goes down 113, so the Green Dragon did roll down, but our prize is absolutely nothing. Good day, sir.
Yeah, just the flute is outstanding, so not a huge surprise there. And the Green Dragon showing off how sleepy time tea works.
Thou art asleep. Thou art still asleep. Thou art still asleep. That was level 13 for Slamu. Looks to be some hit points there. Still, also 67 MP is not exactly sparking joy. That's only 8 heal mores here at that point in time. So a long way to go here before we are actually Dragon Lord ready here, as both Sandcraft and Slamu have found their way to Charlotte. Although I'm gonna guess, oh no, Sandcraft's walking around on the grind here too. We have all arrived at the idea that that first force Charlock might be our thing here.
OOG has picked up the death necklace and killed the Green Dragon. I don't know if I don't think he did a search, so gets another one.
He just did. He found his nothing, unfortunately, but yep, is getting a nice hurt mores here. Is picking off these Green Dragons in one shot, so is at least trying to keep pace with the other 2 in terms of this XP. Slamu gets kicked out of Charlock, and just returns out. Yeah, we're like, what? We're going to give you all the stuff easy as can be, but we're not going to make it any easier than that, is what this seed is saying.
OOG is almost to 12. If he can get that before he gets sent home, that'll be a huge pickup.
Yeah, I'm definitely just still wondering if OOG and Sandcraft are both potentially just walking around looking for swamp here, to see if that's just going to make the counting any better. Although Sandcraft is headed in the general direction of where those coordinates would have been there. That Magic Wyvern does get OOG to 12 before it gets sent home there, so big level, big refill incoming here.
Yeah, fortunate to only see the breath once. Otherwise, it was just stop spells, so it really worked out.
Slamu picking a fight with the police here. Not a terrible idea. A little resource intensive here. The Red Dragon goes down 361. Red Dragons rolled up, and if we could find a source of those, that'd be great. But at the very least, nothing surprising other than just bite and bite more out of them.
Sandcraft has found the pair of caves. Says no to mountain and it's back into the swamp. Probably gonna do I'm checking the chest on the. Let's see. Check the bottom chest. We'll see if we get a spike check or a princess grab here.
I mean, if I'm Sandcraft right now, I do at least know here that I have seen coordinates, and that we are at a 50-50 of those coordinates being either sword or flute.
Gwaylin is guarding a chest. We'll see what that is, I bet.
I mean, for all we know, this could be the fleet. Yeah, just picking up Gwaylin already here. And going to pick up that chest there. Raiding Gwaylin's change drawer on the way out.
Yeah, we saw from Slamu's screen that even though the cords are countable, it was a bit of a winding path, so getting the princess isn't the worst idea for sure. Sandcraft will have his sword in just a couple minutes here.
Meanwhile, 2 hits and that medal runs away on Slamu here. I'd like to see medals a lot earlier in the seed, just because you just feel bad when you run into a couple of them. But again, in terms of just things we can deal with here, these red dragons are absolutely probably the best thing going here. Pity we don't have them on a spike, but we can't always get everything we want.
In the meantime, Slamu has picked up about a 2,500 experience point lead over Sandcraft, so being able to do this grind earlier is definitely paying off. There's a large shield for OOG, he gets it in Garanham, and we'll check the back even though there's nothing over here.
I mean, again, the other best part about this is, you know, even if it might be a little overpriced here, I mean, we see Cole right in the distance here. So just running off to pick up a refill here between monster sets is really easy here.
The Red Dragon really wanted to have Sandcraft over for dinner there, but he was able to say no and get away.
Yeah, given where it seems Sandcraft is, at least in terms of this, is picking up level 13, which was 9971, a good level still, but should be in the general ballpark of where those coordinates were here.
It looks like we lost OOG's stream here, but he is in Breckenary. I don't know exactly where he found that.
We apparently have censored Breckenary for reasons not immediately obvious here. Sandcraft has picked up the sword here, so is in full go mode in terms of equipment here. Just needs that grind as well. Level 15 has got us to 114 hit points, and I'll get to the rest of those stats. 6-2, 16-1. Yeah, we're not really exactly where we need to be in terms of Dragon Lord here, but we are getting to the point where Death Necklace is becoming a little more than a pipe dream. Can't do it yet, but one more big HP level, and at the very least we might have that going for us.
Yeah, if it wasn't for these red dragons right outside of town, I bet Slamu would be thinking about diving to the Charlock spike here. Maybe another level or two while it's still somewhat fast.
Yeah, that's been something we've been picking up a little bit here. Of a lot of races we've seen have come down to heading down to that Charlock spike and picking up your last level out of those. So yeah, but again, with just the volatility of some of the Charlock monsters here, I do not really blame Slamu here for just taking this grind. Sandcraft has arrived at Green Dragons here. Apparently either has not got the message of sleep on these Green Dragons, or maybe cares a little bit less here, but there's the sleep. Thou art asleep, thou art still asleep, and thou art still napping.
Wakes up and gets a crit. That's a good way to finish it off. but that might be. Oh, I'm just gonna do a heal walk. Just gonna still stay with the sleepy dragons.
I mean, it doesn't feel terrible here. I mean, I don't know what the actual odds here on just getting a kill on that initial Hurtmore here, but I mean, you are getting rid of them fairly quickly here, at least so long as you aren't put into a sleep holding pattern like this one here. Slamu has walked away from that other grind here and may be diving.
Yeah, getting half the level is a good padding to get your refill. Looks like he's going to fight his way down. He's not going to hold out for the spike, and that 16 is enough.
Oh my.
I was going to say, I do like the idea of fighting the way down, and if you over level by 1 on the spike, so be it, rather than just trying to get there by running and hoping that you hit the level exactly.
I mean, I think it all more just comes down to what's on that spike tile. We get something palatable like, I mean, even if I see, we get down there with enough resources and we see even red dragons on that spike tile, I mean, we can grind almost indefinitely on these refills.
Oh yeah, and even though the golem had the DL2 breath, I'd still take that too, I think.
I mean, I would be a little bit tempted. We did see on Slamu's other dive there that the pyramid game was mostly intact there, and just in case if I see like a golem on the spike tile, I might want to flute.
Yes, Beta makes a great point there that Cantlin was right outside of the entrance to Charlock, so if you wanted to get those fairy waters, it's a good idea. I also did not see Slamu get the fairy water though. He does crit this golem. That's going to be 277, so they did roll down a bit, but it's enough for 16. 5, 1, 0, and 6. So yeah,
I don't like it. Nope, definitely not the answer either there. That's a little hard to swallow on that one.
OOG is also going to give Charlock a try, and he does have the coordinates, but has not seen. I don't think he's seen the swamp cave. There is a higher probability of chests in Charlock, so it's not the worst idea to maybe check here, but it's not correct today.
I mean, I'd like Charlock a whole lot better if it were just these wizards rolling around, but blue dragons with hurt more, AK-47s with hurt more, and heal more.
I guess OOG does know it's 50-50 on the coordinates, so 50-50 is I would definitely be checking coordinates before checking Charlock chests, but I'm gonna get some XP on the way at least.
Sandcraft still on these green dragons here. Man, I just any kind of grind that involves sleep just feels terrible to me.
Yeah, it's such a long fight when they put you to sleep, even if you do survive it. And only getting 113 experience, the red dragon that Slamu found was the way to go for sure.
He's going through a bit of his resources at this point here. The big thing here is, hope he gets to that spike tile with enough resources to make it to 17. Again, this does depend on what's on the spike tile. I believe on the first run here, though, Slamu did find a lot of golems.
OOG is casting Hurt more on the Armored Knight, sorry, and finds the Heal more. He's going to run out of magic, unfortunately. Might not be able to see the basement. And Sandcraft goes down to another Sleep Dragon again, so the XP grind on the spike is not gonna do it. Slamu's got a commanding lead and just has to kind of get that last level or two here.
Still needs about 1260 here in terms of points here, and is started going into his herb inventory as well. AK is worth 200. Is going to need about 6 more of those to get there. Golems he can hit, but with DL2 and their punches, they are also going to eat resources here.
Yeah, this one just not casting stop spell. Oh, there it is. And yeah, OOG goes down to that Armored Knight. Will not quite make it there, but did pick up some experience to kind of still hang around. Sandcraft has a decent lead, but not over, not completely out of the range of being caught, depending on what monsters OOG can find to fight.
That is one of the best things Slamu could have drawn there. We've got red dragons on the spike here. The first one died to a crit and a swing here. So should have enough resources between this and another kill here. Should get Slamu to level 17, and we'll see what goes from there.
I'm going to take that back. Sandcraft has found a zone with red dragons here. Not by the town. It does have Axe Knights, though, too. So a little bit better zone, but a little further from your healing if you can't make the level.
Level 17 incoming here. We're coming in with 1 power, 1 speed, 8 hit points, 8 magic points. I'm still iffy on the whole thing.
No, yeah, we're definitely going to 18. Yeah, with Fairy Waters, you could... Oh, maybe, yeah, I think if he had the Fairy Waters, he could consider it, but... if I was Slamu, I'd be feeling pretty good about how I ran the race. Not too worried about somebody catching you at this moment, but... Certainly if he, for some reason, he got kicked out of here, then he might start to worry.
Yeah, but I've got to feel like this Red Dragon Spike is feeling good with everything else just coming out like it was. This is easily the best grind in the game, and it's not close here. Just picking up these XP chunks 300 at a time. Should only need 3 more of these reds to go see what 18 is.
Yeah, it might be more of a question of does he run into something else on these brick tiles. The red dragon is gonna not be able to kick him out.
I mean, I know we've seen golems, and I think we've seen AKs. I don't know what else here is on this basement.
Yeah, crits help. There's only 1 red dragon away now. Let's see what 18 has.
Meanwhile, this is working for Sandcraft here. Has made it to level 15 fairly quickly, but here's 18, and we have 2 power, 23 hit points, 16 magic points. That's Death Necklace territory. Now we go.
Yeah, but Slamu did not find Hawksness, so he doesn't have the Death Necklace.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Slamu's the only one that doesn't have... Oh, no. Oh, my. I mean, that's still some doubles. Only, we're up to 12 heal mores. Ugh.
Yeah. I might walk around and just check that beach chest, just on the off chance it was the Death Necklace, but he's going to go for 19 here.
I would be really nervous about this personally. I mean, as the eyes in the sky here, we know that Slamu is well ahead of everybody else. But if I come back for Red Dragons and I don't blame here without the DN. I'm feeling really nervous right now, though.
Alright, Sandcraft almost to 16. He's going to walk back to that zone that he found in the desert to the north of Charlock here.
Who's going to give us a look at the rearranged pyramid here? The reverse H?
Yeah, we'll play the chair game here. Does find the flute with golems on this floor and a ring, so not the worst treasury, but not what he was looking for.
I mean, Slamu would really love that fighter's ring right about now.
Yeah, maybe with one more magic point and a fighter's ring, he could consider it, but I think being that one heal more short would kind of persuade me to take 19 even with the fighter's ring.
Yeah, 145 means you're gonna get a few doubles down the line anyway, but yeah.
Alright, here's 19. It's gonna come with 3, 0, 11, and 9. 3's enough, so here we go.
Those damage rolls almost got a two-shot DL1 in there, but down goes Dragon Lord first floor. Up comes DL2. No back attack. First swing for 11.
Another 11, so we're up to 22. $37. 49, third of the way there. $64. 79. 94, swinging quite well here.
Yeah, I think this is a foregone conclusion here, up to a miss menu here.
Yeah, I think it was 106. Yeah,
there's... Oh no, who gets back attacked and sent home on the bottom floor by Red Dragon?
That might have been the first single-digit number that Slamu has seen in this fight here. 127-ish. I missed one because I was only up to 138. Yeah, I think I only saw one single-digit number there for Slamu, so a terrific fight, but it was never in doubt.
Yeah, had plenty of resources at the end here, and yeah, never was in question past that 19th there, but we'll have an official time for you ready. Get your GGs out for Big Slamu, the big 5 points here coming up in week 2.
Yeah, 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 11 seconds. So, yeah, great time. Maybe a little bit more than we were expecting, considering how close everything was to home, which was certainly the story of the seed here. But yeah, the monsters definitely slowed them down a bit, and everything was sending them home for a while until they really got up to about level 12 or 13 there. Sandcraft is getting fairy waters, so he'll have well, let's say he'll have a decision here on whether he likes 17 without the death necklace or 18 with it. I think those were the cutoffs, but I could be wrong.
He is still taking fights here at 16. I think he's definitely thinking about going in with those. But I'm also going to guess his mind is probably going to change as soon as he sees that red dragon spike.
Yeah, unfortunately, Oog is still wandering the map here. I'm going to guess he's looking for a swamp cave and just hasn't seen it. And welcome into the booth, Slamoo. Terrific race. Kind of made... Oh, he Slamooed us. He's gone.
Good talk.
Here we go. Slamoo, welcome in. What are your thoughts? And let's start with how close everything was to Tantajo there.
I mean, I kind of was frustrated in the beginning. I'm like, oh no, we're going to have one of these jet seeds and I'm going to lose due to just something silly. But turns out the count was difficult enough and I didn't screw up enough that we made it work, so...
No, you were the first one to really get past the swamp to the west of home, the first to see the towns, first to armor. So that helped out a lot. Oog is finding everything but the swamp cave, it looks like. He got a slow start, wasn't quite able to get out of level 1 and 2 for quite a bit. Wasn't too far back, but just never really made up that ground. And Sandcraft was holding with you for a while, but yeah, hunting for that sword took a bit of time as well there, and then was fighting green dragons. You had a great grind there on the red dragons and the star wyverns. That was definitely the right play there.
Yeah, it took me a while to like it, but once I got there, it was more than good enough. And I selfishly wanted the metal slimes too, even though they were probably objectively worse than just repelling that zone, but I wanted them, especially with double crit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so well played. Yeah, not too much else to talk about as far as this seed went, but do you have any early thoughts on next week, which is somewhat vanilla?
Haven't even looked at it. To be fair, though, I had to go back to the rules doc about 5 minutes before we started this race to look at what this week's flags were. So, I mean, level up refill works out pretty well when you find a red dragon on the spike and can take as many levels as you want. And probably took too many would be my guess, but I am very rusty and my brain was not working for math today.
Yeah, the death necklace was in Hawk's Nest, not on the spike tile, but in the chest that's kind of behind the door up there. That would have let you go and level earlier, but I think it was either 18 or 19, so yeah, there's not really any... Like, I guess you could have also done 18 with fairy waters, but you didn't make that purchase.
No, I mean, honestly, once I was down there and I saw that rat, I knew I was never leaving those, 12 tiles ever again, because there is literally no reason. That grind is so fast at 361 a pop. It's like 3 minutes a level. Even as I'm grinding, was it from 18 to 19, I'm like, this is dumb, this is dumb, this is dumb, why am I doing this? And as soon as I got done kicking myself, I was already level 19. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, it's just telling just how fast is how lightning fast some of those grinds are when the XP starts getting above 300 there, especially with that level up refill here. It's something I wish I would have taken a little bit more for granted in my race, because we had like 340 point golems on mine, and I'm like, no, I go anyways, and get sent home and cost me that race. So yeah, week 2's story has absolutely been the level up refill and just what you find at the bottom of Charlock here.
Yeah, I mean, once you hit a certain threshold, basically any spike is going to be grindable for a level within your batch of MP. So that was my thought process. Basically, was once I hit it again, I'm never leaving. And yeah, I mean, it could have been anything other than probably a green dragon down there, and I probably would have, well, blue dragon too, and I would have stuck around. But yeah, I mean, I felt good about the sword get. I was, I had armor and rainbow drop at 14 minutes, and I should have been done 20 minutes earlier. This was, I mean, I'm a little worried if this is how I'm going to play. Once I start running into Angel and Beta and Aaron, I'm in trouble. So.
You don't have to worry about me this league. So one fewer thing to have in your path.
What points does that put you going into week 3? If you can ask there.
I'm at 8. I got absolutely crushed by Quinn last week. So second place last week, first place this week. I'll be at 8. I think I'll be against Quinn again, which does not bode well for me. I think I'm 0-4 against him lifetime in Winter League. So.
And Aaron's saying that likely to be a rematch here in week 3, so you have that to look forward to.
My goal is the no practice 1 point outside of playoffs as I got last year. So
the only thing I could say with very limited week 3 practice as well is just because it is vanilla progression to go along with that vanilla map. There is it's going to be distinctly slower with that sword in Charlock and no hurt more at all. I mean, gold grinds are back on the table if we happen to find, Charlotte, or if we happen to find Cantlin where the vanilla stuff is. But there are some starts that could slow us significantly down there.
Yeah, and you do know that you're going to level 17 no matter what. All right, Sandcraft did pick up level 18 on the spike here and is talking to the Dragon Lord. He does have Death Necklace, so this will be a slightly different fight, but I bet the outcome will be the same here. It's more than comfortable. Death Necklace goes on.
yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here though. Thank you guys for this. I'm a little under the weather. I need to get back to not doing things. So
all right,
thanks
care.
guys for the restream. Enjoy it and looking forward to next week. So thanks guys.
Yep, GG, and get better soon.
Who finishes up in the grave? We'll see. We'll see what happens here for Oog. Actually, Oog has forfeited, unfortunately. I don't know if he forgot about the coordinates or just has had enough, but he's in the booth with us. Welcome in, Oog. Not your race, unfortunately.
I've been neglecting company for 75 minutes now.
Yeah, I understand. We won't keep you in the booth, but if you have like one thought to give on this seed, what are you thinking here?
You know what? I do like the flags. I just could not keep my mind focused on where anything was. Like not finding a swamp ever.
Yeah, swamp and mountain cave are just nestled right next to each other. Just past a little patch of swamp, not too far away, but just kind of outside of your vision. That was kind of the story of the whole seed, is everything was just a little bit outside your vision, especially Cole with the armor.
Yeah, well, I got the armor, but I mean, I figured everything that I got was late.
Yeah, it was, unfortunately. You were behind the whole time.
To be a host, so thank you everybody for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good rest of your weekend and take care.
I'll do my best. Take care.
And while we were talking, Sandcraft has defeated the Dragon Lord and will be finishing up here about 10 minutes behind Slamu, so not too bad, all things considered. 1 hour, 12 minutes, 21 seconds is your time here. Jump the gun a little bit because we have to wait for Gwaylin, but GG's for Sandcraft. And to answer a question in chat, yes, OOG will pick up third place. That's 1.5 points for OOG, 3 for Sandcraft. And Nightbot is kind enough to provide us links, so if you want to see the current standings, you can do so on the first link. If you're curious about the flag sets for week 2 or 3 or anything going forward, check out that second link. And let's get links to the runners one more time, please. They all did a great job today, and go give them a follow. It's free to do so and helps out their communities, so highly recommend it for all 3 of these runners.
We are getting that DL on screen there. Almost rolled maximum hit points at 162 there. So yeah, I don't know if we have Sandcraft coming in for a little bit of an interview or not here. I will say, while we've got just a smidge of downtime here, that we do have a vodcast starting in roughly about 40-45 minutes here. And Sandcraft might be out, unfortunately, there. But we do have a vodcast of a week 2 race starting fairly soon. Like I said, about 40-45 minutes there. So we will cut for a little bit while we set that up as well. But again, we'll go ahead and while we're doing this, thank both Cherno and Fidelos on tracking duty there. I apologize if I missed any, if I mispronounced some names there. Thank you, RG, for commenting on this with me here. Value V for the restream, and again, I believe he is the one, I think, going to be doing the vodcast in a little bit here. So big thanks. I see you all. I see you all over, honestly.
Yeah, and responding to Sandcraft, Slamu didn't see the Charlock spike for a while, a little bit longer than you think maybe, but he was on the Red Dragon grind outside of Charlock. He found a zone to the south, like just to the south of Cole and Charlock there, with the Red Dragon, Star Wyvern, and Metal Slimes, where you were, once you had kind of given up on the Green Dragon with sleep, you were in the desert to the north, which was also pretty good with the Red Dragon and the Axe Knight, but by the time you found that, it was just a little too late, unfortunately. But you do pick up second place, 3 points. I'm not sure exactly what that puts you at, but you should have a decent idea if you look at that spreadsheet who you might be going up against in week 3.
Yep, I would guess we're probably going to get some sort of, I mean, they've been doing the reveals on Sunday. I don't know at which exactly time. I'm sure they will let us know eventually here. Like I said, we do have 2 more vodcasts, one just in a little bit later here at about 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 my time there, and one at time TBD tomorrow as well, before we get to that announcement as well. So a few little bit of week 2 before we get to Vanilla Land.
Well, while I got you here, Night2, what are your thoughts on week 3?
My thoughts on week 3 can probably be summed up in the community race that we did a couple weeks back, where we were previewing the flags, and I DNF'd at 2.5 hours in. It was a Caitlyn start with 4 strength, hurt more ghosts, and nothing to kill outside of getting crits. I love the additional crits. I actually like the flag set, but it's one of those where we could get into a terrible starting spot early.
Yeah, Caitlyn's starts can be kind of rough. We do have the Fairy Flute will warp you around the map, though, so finding that early will be could potentially be a huge get, so be on the lookout for that.
Yep, it will be interesting. I don't know if it's don't go play Vanilla or not. Just keep playing the rando. So much more quality of life here. But yeah, it's definitely kind of been a little bit of a kind of blast the past for me. So Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
The vanilla
definitely
weeks have always
interested.
kind of been my favorites. This is the first year we have had Warp Whistle with the vanilla map, though, so I'll be very interested to see how that changes things.
Yeah, also, this is our first placement week as well, so you'll be seeing groups based on our finishes on week 1 and 2. So there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of similar places where we are in terms of points there. So it might mean a little bit more to get a little bit ahead of a little bit ahead of people around us there.
All right, yeah, we're not going to raid out, but as we stated earlier, there's going to be a vodcast right here in about 40 minutes. So stick around, maybe get a snack if it's not too close to your dinner time. Don't want to spoil that. But otherwise, take care. Have a great Valentine's Day and a good rest of your weekend. And thanks, Night Dew. Thanks, Veluvi, Cerno, and Felician. I'm sure I botched that, but I think that it isn't minded quite too much from what I've heard. So I'm going to sign out. Thanks, everyone.